Hey everyone, I'm Said and welcome back. Today we're diving into definite integrals involving absolute value functions. The key here is finding where the function changes sign so we can split the integral correctly. Let's get started. Number 1, the integral of the absolute value of x dx from -2 to 2. First find where x equals 0. So x equals 0, but why? Because the absolute value function changes at x equals 0. So we split the integral. So we have the integral of -2 to 0 negative x dx plus the integral of 0 to 2, and if x is between 0 to 2, so we have positive x dx. Now compute each part, means the integral of negative x from -2 to 0 dx, so we have negative the integral of x dx from -2 to 0, so we have -1/2 x squared from -2 to 0. So we have -1/2 times, if x equals 0, so we have 0 minus if x equals -2, so we have -2 squared means 4, right? So the answer is -1/2 times -4, we have +2, right? And the integral of positive x dx from 0 to 2, so we have 1/2 times x squared from 0 to 2, so we have, if x equals 2, we have 4 minus nothing, so 1/2 times 4, so we have 2, right? So the final answer is the integral of the absolute value of x dx from -2 to 2 equals 2 plus 2 equals 4. Number 2, the integral of the absolute value of x plus 1 dx from -3 to 1. First find where x plus 1 equals 0, so we have x equals -1. So the absolute value function changes at x equals -1, so we split the integral. We have the integral of from -3 to -1 plus the integral of -1 to +1. If x is between -3 to -1, so the absolute value of x plus 1 is -x plus 1 dx, and if x is between -1 to 1, for example, x is 0, so 0 plus 1 is positive, so we have x plus 1 dx. If we use the power rule, we have -1/2 times x plus 1 whole squared from -3 to -1 plus 1/2 x plus 1 whole squared from -1 to 1, right? So we have -1/2. If x is -1, so x plus 1 is 0, minus if x equals -3, we have -2 squared is 4 plus 1/2 if x equals 1, so we have 2 squared is 4 minus if x equals -1, so we have nothing, means 0. So the final answer is -1/2 times -4 is +2 plus 1/2 times 4 is 2. So the final answer is 4. Number 3, evaluate the integral of the absolute value of 2x minus 2 dx from -1 to 3. The sign changes at 2x minus 2 equals 0, so x equals 1. So we have the integral of -1 to 1 plus the integral of 1 to 3, right? If x is between -1 to 1, so the absolute value of 2x minus 2 is negative 2x minus 2 dx, plus if x is between 1 to 3, so the absolute value of 2x minus 2 is positive 2x minus 2 dx. So we have the integral of 2x minus 2, we have negative sign, negative. The integral of 2x is x squared minus the integral of 2 is 2x from -1 to 1 plus the integral of 2x is x squared minus the integral of 2 is 2x from 1 to 3, right? So we have negative, if x equals 1, so we have 1 minus 2 is -1 minus if x is -1, so we have -1 squared is positive 1, and if x equals -1 is plus 2 is positive 3, plus if x equals 3, so we have 9 minus 6 is 3, minus if x equals 1, so we have 1 minus 2 is -1, right? -1 minus 3 is -4, times -1 is positive 4, plus 3 minus -1 is 4, so we have 8. Number 4, the integral of the absolute value of x minus 2 dx from 0 to 4. The expression changes x minus 2 equals 0, so x equals 2. So the integral of from 0 to 2 plus the integral of 2 to 4. If x is between 0 to 2, so the absolute value of x minus 2 is negative x minus 2 dx, and if x is between 2 to 4, so the absolute value of x minus 2 is positive x minus 2 dx, right? So we have the integral of negative x minus 2 is negative 1/2 x squared, and the integral of negative times -2 is positive 2x from 0 to 2, plus the integral of x is 1/2 x squared minus 2x from 2 to 4, right? So we have, if x equals 2, so we have -1/2 times 4 plus 2x is 4, right? Minus if x equals 0, so we have nothing, plus if x equals 4, so we have 1/2 times 4 squared is 16, minus if x equals 4, so we have 2x means 8, minus if x equals 2, so we have 1/2 times 4 is 2 minus 4, right? So the final answer is -1/2 times 4 is -2, plus 4 is 2, plus -1/2 times 16 is 8, minus 8 is 0, minus 2 minus 4 is -2, so 0 minus -2 is positive 2. The final answer is 4. Number 5, the integral of the absolute value of x squared dx from negative 2 to 2. Since the absolute value of x squared equals x squared, so the integral becomes the integral of x squared dx from negative 2 to 2. We can simplify directly. So we have the integral of x squared is 1 over 3 x cubed, right? From negative 2 to 2, and we have 1 over 3 times, if x equals 2, we have 8, minus if x equals negative 2, we have negative 8. So the final answer is 16 over 3.